All right, with that, I will call to order the City of Green Acres Code Enforcement hearing. It is September 25th, 2024, and my phone, Verizon, thinks it's 3:03, so we're going to go with that. My name is Amity Barnard. I'm the Special Magistrate for today's hearing. The first thing I'm going to do is swear anybody in who's here to testify on any items on the agenda today. So if you're here for a code enforcement matter, stand if you're able and raise your right hand. I'll swear in city staff at the same time. Sir in the back, are you here to testify or are you just observing? Very good, thank you. Do you all swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you very much. A little bit about process. I think most of these, if not all of these, are either violation or fine assessment hearings. So the first thing that you'll hear is the city will come to the podium here to my left where there is already a city staff member standing. The city will present its case first. When they're finished, they'll present any evidence, any testimony that they have. They'll show me their case file. When they're finished, they'll also call any witnesses if they have any. Once they're done, you'll come to that same podium. You'll get to present any evidence that you have, give me any testimony you have, any documents you have, cross-examine any city witnesses that they've put on. And then at the end of that, I'll make a final ruling, and you'll get an order that reflects that ruling in the mail. Remember that all of your testimony given today is under oath, so keep that in mind as you speak throughout this hearing. With that, I will turn it to the city to call its first case.
Case number 3-24-10265 will be presented by Javier Morales.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Xavier Morales, Code Compliance Officer for the City of Green Acres. Case CE 3-24-10265 complied today.
Okay, perfect. I don't see a packet, so that's why. So essentially you're pulling that one?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Next case is case number 5-24-10425, and the case will be also presented by Xavier Morales.
Again, Xavier Morales, Code Compliance Officer for the City of Green Acres. Your Honor, this case was complied yesterday, September 24th, 2024.
So are you seeking to pull that from the agenda as well?
Yes.
Okay,
Your Honor.
thank you.
Wanted to put it on record.
Thank you.
The next case that will be called will be case number 6-24-10476, and this case will be presented by Xavier Morales.
Again, good afternoon. My name is Xavier Morales, Code Compliance Officer for the City of Green Acres. This is case 6-24-10476. The property owner is Jerry Trader Incorporated. The tenant is running a medical office business called Staywell. This property was first sited on June 6, 2024, following a City of Green Acres commercial fire inspection. At that time, the property was cited for obstructions or impediments on routes of egress, failure to maintain the fire alarm system, failure to maintain fire extinguishers, and interior renovation work completed without a City of Green Acres permit. To date, all violations have been corrected except for the permit for interior renovations. And the renovations included building office cubicle space with compartitions and the installation of non-structural walls. A permit application was created on September 16th, 2024, but has not been approved as of this date. I have submitted a package for evidence which includes the proof of ownership, the papas, proof of service for the notice of violation dated June 6, 2024 by certified mail, proof of service for the hearing appearance dated August 30th, 2024, and this was mailed by certified mail and posted. The affidavit of posting is included. I also included a screenshot copy of the status of the permit application and photos of the area remodeled. Also included is the City of Green Acres commercial fire report.
Okay. So it looks like you sent all your certified mailings to 3 places. Okay, signed green card. Okay, so you have good service. These photographs in the case file, okay, this is what you're talking about with the partitions, so like
Yes.
cubicle
Yes.
type things,
Your Honor.
okay. And there were also walls built in addition to those cubicles, or just the cubicles?
Yes, the second picture behind those cubicles,
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's there, shows a wall, a blue wall.
Oh, this one with a bunch of doors on it?
It doesn't reach, yeah, it doesn't go all the way up
To the top,
to the
okay.
top.
That's a new wall.
Yes, that
Okay.
portion as well.
And you said a permit had been applied for on the 16th, but it hasn't been issued?
It has not been issued.
Is it under city review, or is it waiting for,
It-
have comments gone back to the applicant?
Yes, it was pending report by an engineer,
Okay,
structural engineer. So it was sent back. It was kicked back, actually.
okay. What's the city seeking today in terms of remedy on this case?
We are seeking $100 a day, 60 days.
Comply within 60 days or $100 a day fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. 60 days ought to be more than enough time to get a permit, correct? Okay. Is a respondent present on this case?
No, Your Honor.
All right, for the record, any communication with the respondents?
Yes, I spoke with the property owner and with the tenant.
Okay, so they're very aware of what's going on?
They are.
Okay,
They're trying to get it fixed.
okay. Okay, anything further from the city on this case?
No, Your Honor.
And you said all the fire violations have complied, right? The only thing outstanding is the building permit issue?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, are you seeking a finding of fact on the fire stuff, or just a violation
Your
on
Honor.
the building code, the building permit code section?
Just the building permit.
Okay, very
Inspection.
good. Okay, with that, in case 6-24-10476, I'll, for the record, note that the respondent is not present at today's hearing. I'll admit the city's evidentiary case file as Composite Exhibit 1 without objection. I'll find, based on the notice of violation documents, all the documents, in fact, in the case file, which include notice of violations that were sent via certified mail to multiple addresses, including the legal address for service, as well as the notice of hearing documents, which are also sent certified mail and for which there are signed green cards in the case file, that the city had good service for today's hearing. I'll find, based on the photographs in the case file, that the respondent's in violation of section 105.1 and 110.1. Those are the only two you need, right? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
For the unpermitted renovation work that was done inside the building, which is illustrated in the photographs that are in the case file, I'll require respondent to comply with those code sections within 60 days, or $100 a day fine will be assessed for each day that the violation continues thereafter. All right.
Next case will be case number 6-24-10541, and the case will be presented by Jerry Bernal.
Ready?
Yes, go ahead, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Jerry Bernal, City of Green Acres Code Compliance Officer. And this is case number 7-24-10541. The property owner is Stephen J. and Virginia Baki. And this case is about closed shutters not being open upon the required time per the property management code. I've submitted a evidence package, which includes the proof of ownership from the Palm Beach County Property Appraiser's Office, proof of service by posting the hearing appearance notice issued 8/30/24. The notarized affidavit of the postings is included in the package dated 9/10/24, and photos of the violations are included in this package. Also in the photos also include the posting pictures on the property and City Hall.
Okay. What's the city seeking in terms of remedy today?
I think it was $100 a day for 30 days.
Okay. Your code says you have to remove them no later than 14 days after the termination of a hurricane event. Watch warning.
Correct.
What's the city's position as it relates to today? I think are we in a tropical storm?
We're in a tropical storm warning, I
Your
think.
code doesn't contemplate that, right?
Correct.
Just a hurricane watch has been the,
Hurricane.
That is correct.
okay. I don't think I've ever had that in code enforcement, one of these kinds of cases when a storm comes creeping up here. Okay, perfect. Is the respondent present in this case?
No, ma'am,
Okay. Any communication with them?
none at all.
Does it look like they're
Looks
not
like
living there?
No, it looked like snowbirds.
Okay. So they close them when they leave and.
I got quite a
okay.
few, and that's what we're trying to stop.
That's the problem with those accordion shutters. They're a little bit too easy to close and open.
Yep.
All right. So you said, run those dates by me again. I heard the $100 a day, but compliance 30 days is what you said?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Anything further from the city?
No, ma'am.
All right. With that, in case 6-24-10541, I'll enter the city's evidentiary case file as composite exhibit 1 without objection. I'll note for the record that the respondent is not present. I'll find based on the affidavit of posting that the city had good service for today's hearing. I'll find based on the photographs in the case file that the respondent is in violation of section 7-423 subpart P, and I'll require respondents to comply with that section within 30 days or a $100 a day fine will be assessed for each day thereafter.
Okay.
Next case would be case 7-24-10543, and that case will be presented by Xavier Morales.
Good afternoon. My name is Xavier Morales, Code Compliance Officer for the City of Green Acres. This is case 7-24-10543. The property owner is Mr. Ali Batul. This property was first cited on May 1st, 2024. This case is about unregistered vehicles parked in the front of the property, one of them being parked on the grass. I have submitted a package for evidence, which includes the proof of ownership, the papas, and proof of service by way of posting the notice of violation / hearing notice dated September 6, 2024. It was mailed by certified mail and posted. Affidavit of posting is included. I also included photos of the front of the property showing the vehicles. And the property owner's here today.
All right, so you posted, so you have two code sections, it's the same. So in the photographs I'm looking at, obviously the white car that's in the grass is the parking on the grass, and then other cars are unregistered, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor. There's a close-up photo of one of the license plates as well.
Okay, 223, okay. And is there a white Mazda? Is that also part of the case with no license plate on it? Or is that gone?
That one, with my, it's still there. Yes, it's parked in front of the gray Toyota Camry.
Okay. And what's the city seeking in terms of remedy today?
$100 for 30 days.
Comply within 30 days or $100 a day fine? Okay. All right, you said the respondent is present? Okay,
Yes,
thank
Your
you.
Honor.
Can you come to the podium, sir? I'll ask you gentlemen to switch. And I guess I'll ask you, sir, I don't see the city attorney here. She normally does this, but can somebody show him the case file? Perfect, thank you. And just look through those documents, sir. That's the documents that the city's asked me to admit into evidence today. So look through those documents. They're the notice documents for today's hearing and photographs of the alleged.
It's all the same thing that I've seen, right?
I don't know,
okay.
the code officer may know, but go ahead and take your time and look through, and let me know at the end of that if you have any objection to the documents being put into the record.
That's blue tape, yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's correct.
Okay, so no objection to those
No.
documents? Okay, and your name for the record?
My first name's Asghar and my last name's Ali.
Yes.
I'm here for my dad because I take care of him now.
Okay.
'Cause he's had his third stroke.
Okay.
So I take care of him.
Okay, let me ask you to give that documentation back to the code officer, and let me ask him to bring that back to me. Sorry for the back and forth. Thank you, sir. So you've heard what the city is saying, sir. They're saying that you have a couple of things going on, parking on
ma'am.
the grass, and then some unregistered.
Yeah, so I wasn't aware because my dad would take the mail and put it away.
Okay.
So we just came across it.
Okay.
So I also told him, if you just give me 30 days, because I can't find the title. I'm not sure where he kept it.
Okay.
So I'll just go online and ask for a new one, which takes 5 to 7 days, I think it said.
Okay.
And once I get the title, I'll get those cars removed and have the other car that's on the grass parked on the driveway that will be registered and up to like,
Okay. So you think you can get all this complied within 30 days?
1,000. I will.
Okay.
I have to.
Okay. Okay. And just so you know that, just so you're clear on how the city's code process works here is, in some cities, you come back for a fine assessment hearing. That doesn't happen here. So if I give you the 30 days, which I'm inclined to do, because I think that's plenty of time for you to get this done, make sure you call the code enforcement officer when it's completely complied, so he can come back out and take a look and take a photograph. Because if it's not complied on the 31st day, the fine will automatically start running.
Sure,
You
no
won't
problem.
come back to me for a subsequent hearing,
I
okay?
see. Okay, so just call him.
Make sure he's aware when you're totally complied, when all the cars have tags and titles or they're gone
They're
and
gone, yeah.
they're not parked on the grass. Make sure that you call the code enforcement officer so he can come back and do a reinspection of your property.
Okay, no problem. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything further you'd like me to hear?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Anything further from the city?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you for that. In case 7-24-10543, I will admit the city's evidentiary case file as Composite Exhibit 1 without objection. I'll find based on the documents in the case file that the city had good service for today's hearing. I'll find based on the photographs in the case file that there was, and the testimony of the code officer, of course, that the respondent's in violation of sections 1824B1F and 7-419, and I'll require a respondent to comply with those code sections within 30 days, or $100 a day fine will be assessed for each day thereafter. Keep in touch with the city, okay, sir? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, that will be case 7-24-10566. And this case will be presented by Jerry Bernal.
Jerry Bernal, City Green Acres Code Compliance Officer. And this case is 7-24-10566. The property owners are as follows. We have Rhea Trust and Elisa A. Loretta Trust and Nicole M. Rhea Kusarakis Trust. And the property address is 728 Sunny Pine Way, Unit G1. This property was first cited by me on July 26, 2024 for the violation of closed impact shutters all around. I've submitted an evidence package that includes proof of ownership from the Palm Beach County Appraiser's Office, proof of service for the notice of violation dated July 16 through certified mail. Proof of service by posting the hearing appearance notice issued 8/30/24. I've also submitted the notarized affidavit of the posting, which was signed on September 10th, and photos are included in the package.
And just so it's totally clear, since this is a 3-story building, I presume your testimony is that the respondent's property is the bottom floor there with the shutters that are closed?
There's the third. Yeah, correct.
Okay, thank you. And any communication with the respondent?
None at all.
Respondents? Okay. What are you seeking for remedy today?
$100 after 30 days.
All right, and respondents are not present, correct?
No, ma'am.
Okay. For the record, the respondents are not present. Anything further from the city?
That's all.
All right, with that, in case CE 7, or excuse me, not CE, case 7-24-10566, I'll enter the city's evidentiary case files composite exhibit 1 without objection. I'll find based on the posting affidavits in the case file as well as the certified mailings that the city had good service for today's hearing. I'll find based on the photographs in the case file and the testimony of the code enforcement officer that the respondents are in violation of section 7-423 subpart P for the closed shutters during times within which they can't be closed. I'll require respondents to comply within 30 days or a $100 a day fine will be assessed for each day thereafter.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next case would be case 7-24-10572, and this case will be presented by Melanie DePonte.
Thank you. Melanie DuPont, Code Compliance Officer for the City of Green Acres, and I have been sworn in. This case, 7-24-10572, complied prior to the hearing. We request that it be removed from the agenda.
Consider it removed.
Thank you.
Next case will be case 7-24-10602, and this case will be presented by Jerry Bernard.
Jerry Bernal, Code Compliance Officer for the City of Green Acres. Case number 7-24-10602. Case has been complied. Have it please removed from the agenda.
Perfect. For that case will also be pulled then? Thank you.
We have to put it on the record. Okay. Next case, case 8-24-10647, and this case will be presented by Jerry Bernard.
Jerry Bernal, City of Green Acres Code Compliance Officer. Case number 8-24-10647. The property owner is Eric Ovilma, and the location is 228 Martin Avenue. This property was first cited by me on August 6, 2024 for the following violations: closed impact shutters and the address ID number missing on the house. Since then, the address numbers have been placed on the house. all but one shutter still remain closed. My evidence package includes proof of ownership from the Palm Beach County Appraiser's Office, proof of service for the notice violation and the hearing appearing notice through certified mail and through posting on the property and City Hall. There is a notarized affidavit of the posting in the package, as well as photos of the violation.
Is the respondent present in this case?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Have you spoken with them?
No.
Okay. So they opened one shutter, but
They opened
more than one, is it?
more than one, but there's still one open on
There's-
the north side of the residence.
There's still one closed.
Yes.
Is it more than one that's closed or just the one?
There was more than one.
Okay. And they got the numbering standards up.
Yeah.
Are you looking for a finding of fact on the numbering standards or just a
No,
violation on
yeah,
the,
just a
on the
violation.
shutters?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, anything further? Let me ask you, I guess, is your compliance recommendation is it the same, 30
$100
days?
After 30 days.
Okay. Okay. All right, in case 8-24-10647, for the record, the respondent is not present. I'll enter the city's evidentiary case file as composite exhibit 1 without objection. I'll find, based on the notice documents, including the certified mailings as well as the affidavits of posting, that the city had good service for today's hearing. I'll find, based on the photographs in the case file and the testimony of the code enforcement officer, that the respondent's in violation of section 7-423 subpart P for the shutters that remain closed, not during an allowed period. I'll require respondents to comply with that section within 30 days, or a $100 a day fine will be assessed for each day that the violation continues thereafter.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next one.
Next case will be case 8-24-10654. And this case will be presented by Melanie DuPont.
Thank you. My name is Melanie DuPont, Code Compliance Officer for the City of Green Acres, and I have been sworn in. The Palm Beach County Property Appraiser record shows the current property owner of 5648 South 38th Street is Natividad Gabriel. The property was first cited on July 18th for the following violations of the city code. 14-28B1F, vehicle parking on the front yard grass, 7-23A, open storage, and 7-413, overgrown grass throughout the lot and the swale. Upon the failed reinspection, additional code violations were identified and included in the notice of violation / notice to appear issued on August 8th. These violations include 7-417, damaged chain link fence on the northeast property, and the weather discolored exterior building surfaces, which is a further violation of section 7-423A, already cited. I've submitted an evidence package that includes the proof of ownership from Palm Beach County Property Appraiser, proof of service by certified mail and by posting for the hearing notice issued on August 8th. There are photos of the violations that were taken on July 18th, August 7th, and September 23rd. 3 of the violations were resolved prior to the hearing today. The shutters violation, 7-423 is in compliance. 7-413 landscaping is also in compliance. 14-28B1F, parking on the front yard grass, also is in compliance. The remaining violations are for the conditions of the exterior structures maintenance and for open storage, violations of 7-423A, and for the damaged chain link fence, 7-417. The city is seeking a finding of fact on the landscaping and the parking violations, as they did remain a violation past the time requested on the notice of violation. Any questions?
All right, so you're seeking a finding of fact on the 1428B1F and the 7413?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then on the two that have not complied, the two code sections that are still outstanding, what are you seeking in terms of remedy?
The city is recommending 30 days for compliance and a $50 a day fine thereafter.
Okay. So, I guess explain to me the structure. Is it just, it needs to be pressure washed or painted or?
Pressure wash, painted, or both,
Okay.
depending.
And then the photos, I just want to make sure I'm looking at the right photos. It looks like there's some paint chipping off the columns too. Is that part of this, or is it just?
Certainly, the entire structure could use a little TLC, but the main area, because this is a corner lot, it's highly visible. And so that northeast side, as in the photo, really needs
Is that this one?
that mildew removal
Mold
and,
on the bottom,
yes.
Okay. Oh, I see, thank you. You made it very easy for me in the next one. You circled the problem.
That's for them.
I guess I should flip through first and then ask my questions. But thank you for doing that. All right, and the other,
So they have to start.
the violation of 7-417 is what? That's the same thing, the mold?
That's the damaged chain link fence, also on the northeast. That's an accessory structure issue. 7417.
Okay, so in the photograph I see, it looks like there's portions of the fence, but not the rails. Is that what you're?
Right.
Okay,
It needs a repair,
okay.
and there's still a little bit of the open storage there on the side yard.
Okay. Is the respondent present?
No,
Have you spoken or had any communication with them?
I have not.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess the fence that's in disrepair, is that something that a permit's required for?
I'm guessing no, because it's just the top portion needs to be reconnected.
Okay.
It seems minor, but visually, aesthetically, it's
Yeah, they're not.
a very obvious.
That something's not quite right
Damage?
with the fence. Yeah, okay. Even in the event that a permit is required, 30 days is usually plenty of time, right, to get a permit in the city? Okay. Okay. And you said you were out there as recently as the day before yesterday, right?
Yes, September 23rd.
And all of the violations?
Photos are there.
The two remaining violations remain. I see the mold. Yep, and I see the fence. It's hard to see that fence in the photos.
It may be clearer in the earlier photos. So.
Yeah, I see it there, though. There's clearly no top rail, but there's fence there. Okay. Anything further from the city on this one?
Nothing further. Thank you.
All right, in case 8-24-10654, I'll enter the city's evidentiary case file as Composite Exhibit 1 without objection, noting for the record that the respondent is not present today. I'll find, based on the documents in the case file, which include certified mailings as well as affidavits of posting, that the city had good service for today's hearing. I'll find, based on the photographs in the case file as well as the testimony of the code enforcement officer, that the respondents are in violation of, and remain in violations of section 7-423A and 7-417, and I'll require respondents to comply with those sections on or before, or excuse me, within 30 days, or a $50 a day fine will be assessed for each day that those violations continue. I'll also find that respondents were in violation of sections 1428B1F and 7-413, but that those violations came into compliance. However, they did not comply by the time specified in the notice of violation, so I'll find those as violations, and those will amount to essentially findings of fact, wherein that if the respondent violates those sections again in the future, they could be set up for repeat violation with no time for curing those violations. So I'll cite an order that reflects that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case will be case 8-24-10661, and Special Magistrate, this case has complied.
All right, so you're asking for it to be pulled?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next case will be case 8-24-10669. Special Magistrate, this case has also complied.
Similarly, you're asking for this one to be pulled?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next case will be case 8-24-10713, and this case will be presented by Jerry Bernard.
Okay. Jerry Bernal, City of Green Acres Code Compliance Officer. This case number 8-24-10713. Location is 449 Martin Avenue, and the property owner is Joanne Reveal Attaway. This case was first cited by me on August 21st of 2024 for the violations of inoperable vehicles on the property. Another inoperable vehicle that was parked on car jacks, open storage, which included building materials and auto parts. Since then, the open storage has complied, as well as the one of the inoperable vehicles has been removed. However, one car still remains on the property. On Monday's inspection, and you see the pictures, the car that was sitting on jacks under a cover now has wheels. So I have no way of determining if the car is inoperable or registered.
Okay, and they got rid of the other car that was.
Yeah, and all that open storage is gone too.
There's a photo of a blue truck too. Is that?
That's gone too anyway.
That's gone too?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what's the rule in the city? They can have the car cover, but it has to be put on the car in a way that you can see the registration and license plate?
Based on my experience, when you do that, you're trying to hide something. Looking for a finding effect.
Wait.
Sorry?
Has it complied? So you won't be...
Well, if you consider the wheels thrown back on the car and the jacks removed, I guess it has complied.
This is why we have our agenda meeting.
But it's got to be licensed, right? So you've got to be able to see the.
Yes, you have to be able to
Yeah.
see the license.
Well, it's parked backwards. So even if there was no cover, we can't go on the property. Well, we can, but we can't legally take a picture or anything and use that as evidence. And I do have service for the notice of violation and the hearing today through certified mail and posting.
Okay.
Jerry, sorry, Magistrate,
Go
have
ahead.
you had any communication with the property owner?
No, I've knocked on the doors, and that's the reason why we went with the dual service. So I taped the notice on the floor, on the door, as well as certified mail.
And there is no proof of it being licensed?
I've talked to the lady before, but not this time. She won't answer the door or anything.
Okay, so. Let's see. For stuff like this.
I'm comfortable, based on the way that your code is written, I'm comfortable finding violation despite the fact that the wheels are put on. I don't think, it's clear when it's jacked up and with no wheels that it's inoperative and inoperable. Because your code does say that there's a requirement for it to be licensed, I think
They can
that
prove
violation persists as well, because you can't see the license plate. They haven't submitted to you any verification that the car is registered and currently tagged, so
Exactly.
I think the photographs that you've provided here in your testimony is sufficient to find a violation. How much time do you want to give them to comply?
$100 after 30 days.
Okay. Okay, and then on the violations that have complied, you're not seeking findings of fact?
No.
Okay. All right, for the record, is the respondent present? Seeing none, we'll let the record reflect the respondent is not present. Anything further from the city?
No.
All right, with that, in case 8-24-10713, I'll enter the city's evidentiary case file as composite exhibit 1 without objection. I'll find based on the service documents in the case file, which include the certified mailings and the posting affidavits, that the city had good service for today's hearing. I'll find based on the photographs in the case file, as well as the testimony of the code officer, that the respondent's in violation of section 7-419, and I'll require a respondent to comply with that section within 30 days, or $100 a day fine will be assessed for each day that the violation continues thereafter. I don't see any other cases on the agenda. I don't know why, I always skip over the minutes, but I did sign the minutes from the August 28th hearing. My apologies for skipping over that at the beginning. But if there's nothing further for the magistrate, I'll adjourn this hearing at 3:47.